Hi, I'm Demetrius, the founder and CEO of Starmark, and today I'm going to explain a simple architecture that you can use to help your company save time, save money, and increase sales revenue. It's a 4-part layer, and I'm going to describe and explain each layer and how you can leverage each one of those layers to connect and streamline your business operations. So the first layer is our infrastructure. And your infrastructure is important because this is going to house your software applications, your platforms, and ultimately provide the technological capabilities for your business. So, the tech capabilities which are your software apps, also known as SaaS, software as a service. And then that is going to provide the platforms for your business to run. So we have our infrastructure, which is our first layer. Provides your tech capabilities, software applications, and the platforms. The next layer is your operations. And your operations is critical to your business outcomes. That's responsible for your workflows, your processes, and your management. So here I'm going to put workflows and process. The third layer is your customer experience. And your customer experience is responsible for onboarding, for sales, how you communicate to your customers. And that's usually done through a website. But I'm going to teach you a more improved method so that you can personalize your experience greater. And your last layer is your billing. And that layer is responsible for what's known as your point of sale. So your point of sale is responsible for collecting payments for your capital. So each one of these layers here that we see and I've identified is my approach to building companies. So we have our infrastructure layer that's responsible for the tech capabilities and the software applications. Our operations layer is responsible for our workflows, processes, and management. Our customer experience layer is responsible for onboarding our customers, which is how we sell, how we communicate. And lastly, the billing layer is our point of sale, and that's how we're going to capture payments. So now that we've identified the 4 layers of a business, and this is a pretty universal architecture that you can use to apply to your own businesses. I now have to communicate and explain the logic. So what logic do we need to then ensure that we have the proper infrastructure, that we have the proper operations, that we have the best customer experience that's personalized and tailored uniquely to our users' needs, and our billing, how we're going to collect payments. We have to go back into our software applications. So the software applications that we use is critical. And you want to create and use software applications that are going to be highly interoperable. Interoperability means how easy it is to integrate with other software applications. So another framework that I like to use is called Repic. And this is an in-house framework that I created to help companies understand the relation between how their infrastructure, operations, customer experience, and billing plays a critical role in the scalability of their businesses. And Repic is defined as responsive, efficient, personalized, interoperable, and cloud native. And I'm going to explain how Repic integrates into the infrastructure, operations, customer experience, and billing, and the role that this plays as a guide to ensure that you have the proper infrastructure, you're using the right software applications, you have your operations set up for scale, and you're onboarding customers with a personalized experience. So first is responsive. So when we think about responsivity, the responsivity is based on our infrastructure. And the infrastructure is going to provide the software applications. And the software applications is going to provide the technological capabilities. And the technological capabilities lives inside the platforms. So we now need to focus on what applications will be best for us in regards to ensuring that we have the best applications that can interoperate, which means integrate with one another, and ultimately can play well with one another. So for our operations, we're going to use a CRM. And the CRM is defined as customer relationship management. A popular CRM that most companies know of is Salesforce CRM and Hubspot CRM. There's others like Pipedrive, there is Trello, there's a ton of CRM applications out there. Now, depending on what your use case is and your understanding of technology, your CRM is going to be critical. Now, another way that companies manage their business has been through spreadsheets. But you don't want to use a spreadsheet because it lacks the technological capabilities and features that you can use. So with the CRM, you can think about it as a more advanced spreadsheet with a ton of other features that can be optimized specifically for your business. So we're going to need a CRM for that. Then for our customer experience, we're going to use an application by the name of Typeform. And Typeform provides interactive interfaces that you can customize. So your customer experience is based on your ability to onboard and communicate about your product or service. And the reason why I use Typeform versus a traditional website is because Typeform has a certain feature within its technological capabilities by the name of conditional logic. And conditional logic is an algorithm that enables you to design your customer experience specifically to what your customer is looking for. An example of that is if your customers are looking for support, they have a question or a problem that they need to resolve, then Typeform's interface can then have a support module that they can select. If they're looking to set up an appointment with you to understand how your product or service can serve them, then you can put in a module that says appointments. If your customers are looking to pay you, you can have an appointment, a module that says start a project, where you can collect payments. If you have a module in your business in which your customers can leave surveys or feedback, then you can put in surveys and feedback. So this is how we're able to personalize our customer experience. And the reason why I like Typeform more than a traditional website is because most traditional websites are static. And static websites don't provide a one-to-one personalized experience for your customers. So we need the technological capabilities of Typeform's platform that will give us the feature of conditional logic, which will enable us to personalize that experience and provide a better experience for our customers. And then lastly, we have our billing. So we're going to use a platform by the name of Stripe. And Stripe is a world-class payment processor that enables you to accept payments in the cloud. Each one of these layers are clouds, by the way. So it allows you to accept payments in the cloud, which means you can accept payments over the internet. Now, traditional businesses may accept businesses in a brick and mortar form or accept cash. Well, that is going to impede scalability. It's going to impede your sales conversions. So we need a payment processor that's simple and easy to use, that has built-in security. Again, we're going to go back to our tech capabilities to ensure that this is secure. So we protect our businesses from fraud and chargebacks and costly disputes. And we want a payment processor that can also set a wide range of payments. So Stripe's payment processor has 135 different currencies that it can accept. Other payment processors that I've used, and I've been in business for 14 years, and a systems engineer, don't provide the same features and tech capabilities as Stripe. And if they do, some of them aren't interoperable, meaning that they can't integrate with other applications within your technology stack. So your technology stack is the software applications you use to manage and run your business. So we need Stripe, Typeform, and I'm going to put here Hubspot to provide the technological capabilities within the infrastructure. So each one of these applications, Typeform, Stripe, and Hubspot, lives within our infrastructure layer. Now, let's say a customer goes to your website, or goes to your form, or they go to your landing page, and they fill out information. Where would that information go? We need the data to be processed securely, and we want to ensure that the data is GDPR compliant. So we want to ensure that we're ELBA compliant. That data should live inside of a CRM. Now, you can place that data in a spreadsheet as well, but the CRM is going to give you full range overview of your customers. And from the CRM, you can follow up with an email. You can enroll those customers into a sequence, which is an automated email sequence. You can analyze the data to ensure that it aligns with your key performance indicators, your KPIs, and your metrics. You have dashboards within your CRM. So our operations is how we're going to manage our customers and how we're going to provide our services to our customers or sell products to those customers. And you have your front-end experience and your back office experience. So this is your back office. This is your front office. Front end, back end. Front end is what your customers see. Back end is what you and your team sees. Now, we need each one of these environments to send data to one another. So those are arrows. Now, how can we accomplish and enable each one of these layers to send data to one another? Now, before we get into that, currently each one of these layers are siloed. And siloed environments create bottlenecks. And bottlenecks form constraints. And constraints cause friction, and friction makes us all unhappy. It makes your customers unhappy, it eats away at your scalability and your efficiency. So how can we ensure that we can connect each one of these applications to ensure interoperability? And interoperability is a fancy word for synchronization and connectivity. So what we need to do is we need to connect each one of those applications. And we're going to connect each one of those applications with what's known as an API. And I'll explain that shortly. An API stands for Application Programming Interface. And what that enables you to do is to connect each one of your software applications with one another. So we're able to have this siloed environment and connect it and synchronize it. Now we form a system or a microsystem. And systems improve efficiency, it eliminates friction, it improves customer outcomes, it improves experiences. So we want to systemize our business versus enabling silos within our business to ensure that we have proper communication and coordination between our departments and teams and software applications, which is how we're ultimately going to operate the business. So this framework here is how we're going to enable that. Then there's one more key component of this, and this is where OPEX come into play. So OPEX is an operating system, and OPEX provides the logic. And the logic is the thinking. This is the intelligence. So I'm also going to write intelligence here. For your business. So OPEX is the logic. The logic entails the strategy, the technical know-how, the workflows. What workflows do you actually need for your business to service work and get work done efficiently? So OPEX stands for operations and customer experiences. So operations and experiences is OPEX. And OPEX integrates with the framework REPIT, which stands for responsive, efficient, personalized, interoperable, and cloud native. And this is how we're able to improve scalability. This is how we're able to eliminate inefficiencies and bottlenecks and friction caused by silos. This is how we're able to ultimately increase our sales revenue. gain more sales. This is on 24/7 on demand. So each one of the applications, software applications that provides the technological capabilities, has what's known as 99.9% uptime. And uptime means that it's always working for you. It's available on demand. You can be away, your team can be asleep, and your customers can still go through these layers, and your operations will still kick in, and it will still automate your workflows, and it will send data to each one of these layers through the API to ensure that each one of those layers are connected as a system working for you 24/7 on demand. So to accomplish 24/7 connectivity, we're leveraging the power of the internet. Again, each one of the layers are powered by what's known as cloud computing. So these are clouds, independent clouds for the business. So cloud computing is where you have servers and infrastructure in the cloud, meaning in the internet, and that is going to enable us to accomplish 99.9% uptime, which improves our deliverability. So this is a framework in the system, and each component is critical to the success of a business. So one more time, you have your infrastructure that provides the tech capabilities that lives in your software applications, and the software applications provides a platform to you. You have apps like QuickBooks, you have apps like Shopify, you have apps like Typeform and Hubspot and Salesforce and Stripe. You have apps like Zendesk. There are a number of different software applications that help you facilitate business. So those are the platforms, but we need to optimize those platforms based on our intended use case for our business. Then we need our operations, and our operations is how we're going to manage that business. This is the most critical layer in your company, how you operate. Because if you have a great customer experience and you're onboarding your customers efficiently, however, your operations is poorly operated, there's inefficiencies and bottlenecks within your customer experience, that's going to eat away at your sales revenue, which is going to eat away at your growth and eat away at your profit. And the goal is for us to ensure that we have a business to begin with. So we need to make capital. And we need a way to process that capital. We need a way to process those transactions. We need a way to have security built in so we don't just have customers coming in and creating fraudulent disputes and chargebacks within our company. That is also known as a bottleneck. So with Stripe, you have things like Radar, which fights fraud. You have built-in CyberGuard security, which secures those processes and those transactions. And this is how we're able to connect our business and systemize our businesses to enable greater scalability and efficiency. So this system here helps you save time, save money, and increase revenue. So how do we save time? We're saving time within our operations. We connect our operations within our technology stack. Those are the applications we use to run the business. And within that technology stack, we've optimized our system to do the work for us. So that's reducing costs for you because you no longer have to hire employees. So I've programmed this system and the infrastructure with the proper architecture. And the architecture here is known as a microservice. So a microservice is the architecture that you use or could use to improve scalability and eliminate friction and bottlenecks. So the architecture is a microservice, and that lives inside HubSpot. So HubSpot is a CRM, customer relationship management. This platform is going to house your workflows, how you do work, how you send emails, your communication channels, how you communicate to customers, how you onboard customers, what experience you provide them, and track your efficiency. And that lives within your process. And your process lives within your architecture. And in this case, our architecture is a customizable microservice. And a microservice you can think about as a Lego. So you can think about it as Legos and independent blocks. Now you can create bigger Legos and create a unit just by connecting those Legos. And that's what we're able to do with the APIs. So think about your software as Legos that's stackable, that can be integrated, and that synchronize with one another. That creates a system. So the microservice enables us with the right software applications within the infrastructure to connect those applications into a customizable microservice, which is plug and play. So I ensure that it's easy to swap out those applications. I ensure that it's easy to edit those applications. If you need to change and add new applications, it can all be integrated into your CRM. And the CRM is built within a customizable microservice architecture that's built like Legos. Easy to connect, easy to edit, easy to synchronize and pass data to your other sources of apps. Typeform is going to provide the customer experience. And again, conditional logic has built-in customized algorithms. Algorithms are just instructions. So if the user selects A, then we're going to send them down a certain path where they can see content. If the user selects B, then they're going to see different content that's relevant and tailored uniquely to their needs. So you can think about Typeform working kind of like an ATM for the bank, right? You go in and say deposit, cash, or see my bank balance, or request an agent. Those screens are going to give you different modules and different screens that take you down a sequential path depending on what your use case is. So this is how we're able to accomplish that. But we needed the technological capabilities and the right software application to integrate and pass data between those two sources. And then Stripe's API connects into Typeform as opposed to sending your customers to another form, to another screen. So we're able to connect Stripe, the billing, the payment processor, to collect payments, into your customer experience, which is the user interface. So your UI. UI stands for user interface. And that's simply the screen. But we need to program that screen with logic. And the logic should align with our business goals. And the business goals should be able to increase capital, to increase money, to increase profit, and to ensure that you're profitable. So these are the layers that I use to build businesses. We have OPEX, which is the operating system. And the operating system is you can think about as the workhorse, the brains behind how your business actually works. What workflows do you need? What architecture do you have? So similar to a computer or your iPhone or your Android device, you have a customizable operating system. That's going to provide the RAM. That's going to provide the graphics, the user interfaces. That's going to provide the memory. We have the memory, the graphics, the user interfaces all aligned within one operating system, which is OPEX, which is defined as operations and customer experiences. And the price point for this starts off at $28,875, which will give you the kiosk and the interface. So you get 6 customizable modules for your business. The base model for this is priced at $57,750. So I'm going to write in kiosk and then base. The microservice model for this is $115,500 USD. And then you have the full OPEX microservice MS5 model, which is your operations is built custom to your business to ensure streamlined operations. Your customer experience is built with several different modules and custom sales funnels. You have a microservice architecture, which is a custom architecture for the business. And then you have the 5 touch points of connectivity across all layers and channels within the infrastructure, which stands for responsive, efficient, personalized, interoperable, and cloud native. And cloud native simply means cloud computing, which are the software applications and platforms. And that's priced at $231,000. So we have $28,875 starting for the kiosk. We have $57,750 USD for our base model. We have the microservice architecture model, which is at priced at $115,500. And then we have the all-in-one, all the layers and everything into one system, priced at $231,000. And the difference between the starting package and the OPEX MS5 full package is that this package does the work of 6 full-time managers. So you have a marketing manager, you have a data manager, you have a support manager, you have an operations manager, you have a sales and RevOps manager, you have an appointment manager. All of those managers is what's equivalent and built within Typeform's customer experience. Those roles is priced at $462,000 annually. So $462,000 per year in operating expenses have now been eliminated, and you're saving 50% with the full OPEX MS5 model, which is priced at $231,000. So this is an architecture that you can use for your business. You need to program your workflows with intelligence, meaning with the technological capabilities that's going to ensure you have the right software applications. You want to ensure that you connect those software applications with APIs, application programming interfaces, to ensure those applications play and plug into one another and connect and synchronize like Legos. You want your customer experience to be personalized to each and every one of your customers, not just a traditional website that's going to provide a static experience. And you want your billing to be your point of sale that's going to process transactions securely, 24/7 on demand. And each one of the applications in your software stack should have at least 99.9% uptime in API availability, meaning that it's always on for you, it's always working. There's no downtime. So each one of those applications have 99.9% uptime. That's going to ensure better deliverability, it's going to ensure better services, it's going to ensure that it's going to eliminate friction for your business. So this is a custom model. Again, $28,875 is a starting package. Base model is at $57,750. The MS model, which is a microservice, is $115,500. And you have the full model, which does the work of 6 full-time managers, which is a one-time cost of $231,000 USD. I'm Demetrius, the founder and CEO. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And what I will provide is an all-in-one system that you can play with. You can customize it. And I provide free prototypes for companies who want to onboard. That also includes a strategy and audit, so we can uncover if this is a right fit for you. If it's a right fit for you, then we go through an audit and see how we can actually optimize the system to improve your business outcomes and to help you save time, save money, and increase revenue. And saving money, we've aligned our infrastructure to reduce costs. Saving time, we have eliminated inefficiencies in the form of bottlenecks and siloed environments that have now been connected and synchronized with one another that pass data through an API. And we're increasing sales revenue by ensuring we have greater scalability and efficiency within our businesses. So again, I'm Demetrius. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can send me an email directly at Demetrius, Demetrius, at startmark, STARTMARKE.com. So Demetrius at startmark.com. Send me an email, but I'll also provide the infrastructure which you can actually integrate and interact with the experience powered by Typeform to see how this would work. And all you have to do is simply embed that on your website, add the link to your sales funnels and to your email funnels, and now you are able to go 24/7 on demand. And again, all that work is systemized and it can connect with all of your software applications that you use. Thank you for your time.